I would like to call the meeting to order at this time. Are there any special intentions? Tom Wilmot?
Thank you, Madam President. Yes, I have two. Brother Rodney Wood, who's a spiritual man, he's at our state's capital. He's previously been diagnosed with a serious cancer, and he had surgery, and as a result, he was hospitalized for some time. He's home now, but he asked that you keep him in your prayers because they're still determining the path to recovery, and it may include serious radiation treatments. He's hoping it won't. Also, please pray for the loss of Dr. Antime Landry. He is the father of Louisiana Secretary of State Nancy Landry. Thank you.
Anybody else? Tomorrow they will be funeralizing my first cousin in the morning at Our Lady of Perpetual Help, Beverly Beach. So I'm asking that you all would remember my family in prayer. At this time, I will ask Councilman Lahat, would you please lead us in prayer? Sure. And Councilman Brennan, would you please lead us in the pledge?
The Father, Son, Holy Spirit, amen. Prayer of St. Ignatius Loyola. Teach us, good Lord, to serve as you deserve, to give and not to count the cost, to fight and not to heed the wounds, to toil and not to seek for rest, to labor and not to ask for reward, except that of knowing that we are doing your good will. Amen.
Madam Clerk, do we have a quorum?
Yes, ma'am, you have a quorum. In accordance with Council Resolution Number B14550, please be advised that all cellular telephones and other devices of this nature must be deactivated or silenced throughout the council meeting. Next, we have correspondence, reports from the mayor, CAO, or department heads.
You're really not going to speak, huh? All right, guys. Hope you all had a happy Thanksgiving. As we transition into Christmas, Kenner's Magical Christmas Village in Rivertown here is open daily from 5:30 to 8:30. It's free, goes through the end of the month, with entertainment and vendors on every Friday and Saturday only. Sipping with Santa that benefits the Kenner Food Bank was held this past Tuesday at Chateau Country Club. I'd like to thank everyone who sponsored and attended this event. I'd also like to thank my staff, all the city employees, Jefferson Parish Department of Citizens Affairs Director Donna Russo, Chateau Country Club, Michelle Yenny and her staff, Visit Kenner, Friends of Rivertown, and Chief Conley for helping make this a huge success. We're standing right around $100,000 at that event's bringing in. So once we get all the final stuff, I'll let everyone know how much it took in for the food bank here. Also coming up, Old Man River Half Marathon will take place Saturday, December 14th here in Rivertown. In addition to that, there's also a 10K, a 5K, and a kids run. The race begins at 7:30, but the Thursday and Friday before, beginning at 2 p.m., there's a packet pickup for the participants, and there's a sip and stroll with all the businesses here in Rivertown offering specials for the participants. It's from 12 to 7 on Thursday and 2 to 7 on Thursday, 2 to 6 on Friday. And after that, Santa in the Sand at Coconut Beach is on Saturday the 14th also. This annual beach volleyball extravaganza is hosted by LSU's own professional women's beach volleyball legends and Olympians, Taryn Cloth and Kristen Nuss. The event features juniors volleyball clinic, games, live and silent auctions, music, entertainment, food and beverages, all aimed at raising resources to ensure the underprivileged families can share in the holiday spirit. In collaboration with the City of Kenner, 10 qualifying families vetted through the Office of Community Development were selected as recipients of the 2024 gifting. So more information on that event is on the city's website. Also, a reminder, Kenner Recreation's basketball and soccer registration is still on our website. And also, the annual State of the City address that was presented at the Kenner Business Association's luncheon is now airing on the city's website, YouTube channel, and all social media platforms. And when you make that announcement, as luck would have it, a piece of equipment that airs all of our meetings on Cox and AT&T failed. So we have it on order to be replaced, and hopefully it's up and running soon. If you'll get any questions, it was a failure of a piece of equipment under warranty, and we're getting a new board to replace it. And I'm now Council President Dee Dunn's assistant for today. So she'd like to say her third annual senior holiday luncheon is at Susan Park Gym on 12/12 from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. If you want to participate in this holiday luncheon, you have to contact her office to RSVP. And also, her second annual toy and clothes giveaway is on 12/21 from 12 to 6 p.m. at Lincoln Manor Gym. And that doesn't require any registration, correct? All right. Anything else I need? That's good? Thank you. That's it.
Madam Clerk?
Yes, ma'am. Do we have any resolutions, motions, or other items from the floor? Seeing none, under the consent agenda, we have item 1, approval of the minutes, the regular council meeting of November 22nd, 2024. Item 2 is approval of alcoholic beverage permit applications. We have none. Item 3 is approval of bingo and public gathering applications. Item 3A is application number 2428-24, Rotary Club of Kenner to hold a public gathering on January 25th, 2025 from 5 p.m. to 1 p.m. for the purpose of a Lake Town run at Lake Town in Kenner, Louisiana. That will conclude the consent agenda. I have a motion by Councilmember Brannigan, seconded by Councilmember Lahat. All council members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, please say nay. Seeing none, motion passes 7-0. Under the public appearance agenda, we have item 8, public hearings and final passage. Item 8A is a public hearing regarding summary ordinance number 13,691, an ordinance authorizing the execution of an amended and restated cooperative endeavor agreement by and among the City of Kenner, State of Louisiana, North 1300 Block, Veterans Boulevard, Economic Development District, State of Louisiana, and Airport Motel LLC relating to the collection, use, and expenditure of a 2% sales and use tax, and a 2% hotel occupancy tax to be levied in said district and providing for other matters in connection therewith. Madam Chairman, I have a motion by Councilmember McKinney, seconded by Councilmember Dunn for one meeting deferral. Any discussion on deferral? All council members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, please say nay. Seeing none, motion passes 7-0. Item 9 is ordinances for the sale, purchase, transfer, lease, and/or alienation of a movable property. We have none. Item 10 is opening of bids. We have none. Item 11 is reclassification of zoning for final passage. We have none. Item 12 is other ordinances for final passage. Item 12A is summary ordinance number 13,701, an ordinance accepting the dedication of Winning Way. I have a motion by Councilmember Lahat, seconded by Councilmember Brannigan.
Councilman Lahat?
Yes, we have Kim Letland here from the general manager of the Treasure Chest Casino to tell us about this new dedication of the street called Winning Way. Is that correct?
It is called Winning Way. You allowed us to name it. Thank you for that.
My ideas of 7 out and bust, I guess, didn't fly too well, huh?
No.
Well, tell-
Some of them were not good suggestions.
Not good suggestions. Yeah, those weren't too good. You can tell us a little bit about it if you don't mind.
I just want to say, on behalf of Boyd Gaming and Treasure Chest Casino, we really appreciate the opportunity to donate, and we're proud to donate this land to the city of Kenner. It improved, I think, the corridor that runs behind the Pontchartrain Center and certainly into our new facility. So we participated with the city. Everybody's effort went into this. It was a huge effort and a huge undertaking, but we couldn't have done it without you, and we appreciate the opportunity to be a part of it. So thank you very much.
Always happy to have you here, Kim. Thanks for coming.
All council members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, please say nay. Seeing none, motion passes 7-0. Item 13 is resolutions and motions by council members. Item 13A is a resolution authorizing the mayor to extend the state of emergency in the city of Kenner for the Hurricane Francine emergency situation for the Department of Emergency Management. I have a motion by Councilmember Wilmot, seconded by Councilmember McKinney. All council members in favor, please, Mayor.
Yeah, just briefly, this doesn't normally come up. Normally, the mayor, we sign it every 30 days, extending these declarations. But just recently, the legislature changed a law that requires a resolution from the local council. And I think it's our city attorney's opinion and the parish attorney's opinion that disasters that happen before July 1st don't need resolutions. And all it is, it's, when you declare an emergency, it gives the chief executive officer of a city, a municipality, a parish, pretty much an open book to do stuff without any y'all's input, which is bad government at its best. But it has to stay open so we can get through the FEMA process and paperwork and all that kind of stuff until we close all the books. So that's it. Everything you see that we purchasing and all that stuff still comes through you. It's just a matter of, I think in some places they may have had some issues, but it just gives another checks and balance. So y'all know that we're continuing to extend these things. So a lot that people wouldn't understand, wouldn't know about it if I'm every 30 days signing a extension. And if you look on the state's website, they're on number 42 of a Hurricane Ida, I think it is, or whatever it was. So you can see it's just now the law changed, and you'll see them now popping up every 30 days. Is it, Eric? Yeah, 90. Every 90 days, if it extends past it, it'll come up on your agenda. So that's it.
All council members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, please say nay. Seeing none, motion passes 7-0. Item 14 is items removed from the consent agenda. We have none. Item 15 is acceptance of contracts and similar matters approved by the mayor. Item 15A is summary ordinance number 13,692, an ordinance accepting the lowest responsive bid received from Fleming Construction Company, LLC for 42nd and Lake Trail and 31st and Loyola Sewer Lift Station improvements in the amount of $415,473 in accordance with seal bid number 24-6843 for the Department of Wastewater. I have a motion by Councilmember Lahat, seconded by Councilmember Brennan. Council members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, please say nay. Seeing none, motion passes 7-0. Item 15B is summary ordinance number 13,693. An ordinance approving an agreement with Design Engineering Incorporated for professional engineering services on an as-needed basis and for an amount not to exceed $49,500 for the Department of Public Works. I have a motion by Councilmember Sharwood, seconded by Councilmember McKinney. All council members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, please say nay. Seeing none, motion passes 7-0. Item 15C is summary ordinance number 13,694, an ordinance approving an agreement for consulting services with Connick & Associates, LLC, in an amount not to exceed $120,000 annually for the Kenner Police Department. Have a motion by Councilmember Brennan, seconded by Councilmember Sharwood. All council members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, please say nay. Seeing none, motion passes 7-0.
Can I make a quick comment?
Sure.
This money's from, big help from Senator Greg Miller and State Representative Joe Stagney. So they called, had their hands on extra money, and we were able to get it here for projects in their area, which is going to go to Roosevelt Boulevard. So just wanted to publicly thank them so everybody knows where this came from.
Good. Item 15E is summary ordinance number 13,696, an ordinance ratifying an emergency.
We didn't vote on D.
Oh, sorry. Did I read it in? No. Item 15D is summary ordinance number, you confused me, Mayor. You confused me. We voted on C.
We voted on C.
We voted on C, and then you spoke, okay.
And she read it in.
Item 15D is summary ordinance number 13,695, an ordinance approving a cooperative endeavor agreement with the Louisiana Department of the Treasury and the state of Louisiana and the city of Kenner for road repairs and improvements to Roosevelt Boulevard. I have a motion by Councilmember Sharwood, seconded by Councilmember Wilmot. Seeing no discussion, all council members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, please say nay. Seeing none, motion passes 7-0. Item 15E is summary ordinance number 13,696, an ordinance ratifying an emergency repair of fire engine 378 located at Fire Station 37 by Kenworth of Louisiana in the amount of $64,357.51 for the Kenner Fire Department. I have a motion by Councilmember Lahat, seconded by Councilmember Sharwood. All council members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, please say nay. Seeing none, motion passes 7-0. Item 15F is summary ordinance number 13,697, an ordinance ratifying an emergency repair of vintage and Medoc lift station pump number 2 by Fluid Process and Pumps LLC, a sole source provider, in the amount of $23,570 for the Department of Wastewater. I have a motion by Councilmember Brannigan, seconded by Councilmember Wilmot. All council members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, please say nay. Seeing none, motion passes 7-0. Item 15G is summary ordinance number 13,698, an ordinance approving amendment number 1 with the MSMM Engineering LLC associated with the 42nd and Lake Trail and 31st and Loyola Sewer Lift Station Improvements Project to extend the term of the agreement to December 31st, 2026, and to add resident inspection services in the amount of $28,980, which increases the total amount of the agreement to $101,028 for the Department of Wastewater. Have a motion by Councilmember Brennan, seconded by Councilmember Dunn. All council members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, please say nay. Seeing none, motion passes 7-0. Item 15H is summary ordinance number 13,699, an ordinance ratifying an emergency repair of the wastewater treatment plant sludge conveyor belt by Serpentix Conveyor Corporation, a sole source provider of Serpentix parts and equipment, in the amount of $170,415.39 for the Department of Wastewater. Have a motion by Councilmember Wilmot, seconded by Councilmember Brannigan. All council members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, please say nay. Seeing none, motion passes 7-0. Item 15I is summary ordinance number 13,700, an ordinance approving a sub-recipient agreement between the City of Kenner and Volunteers of America Southeast Louisiana in an amount not to exceed $85,000 for the Community Development Department. I have a motion by Councilmember Dunn, seconded by Councilmember Brennan. All council members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, please say nay. Seeing none, motion passes 7-0. Item 16 is ordinances and resolutions in summary for first reading. Item 16A is an ordinance accepting the lowest responsive bid received from Beacon Air Conditioning, Heating, and Refrigeration Incorporated to furnish and install a 5-ton outdoor condensing unit at Fire Station 379 in accordance with electronic bid 24-2148 in an amount not to exceed $22,500 for the General Services Department. Item 16B is an ordinance authorizing the utilization of the East Baton Rouge Parish Government Contract A23-0606 to purchase 135 sets of firefighter personal protective Hakes Fire Eagle air boots from Bunker Gear Specialist, LLC, in the amount not to exceed $53,730 for the Kenner Fire Department. Item 16C is an ordinance authorizing the utilization of the St. John the Baptist Parish Government Contract 202359 to purchase 135 sets of firefighter personal protective equipment, Innotex Energy coats and pants from Bunker Gear Specialist, LLC, in the amount not to exceed $442,800 for the Kenner Fire Department. Item 16D is an ordinance approving a cooperative endeavor agreement with the Louisiana Department of Treasury for state aid to local government entities in an amount not to exceed $475,000 for the Kenner Police Department. Item 16E is an ordinance approving a cooperative endeavor agreement with the Louisiana Department of Treasury for state aid to local government entities in an amount not to exceed $480,000 for the Kenner Police Department. Item 16F is an ordinance accepting the lowest responsive proposal received from Lamarck Ford to furnish 6 used vehicles in the amount of $125,980 for the Kenner Police Department. Item 16G is an ordinance approving a cooperative endeavor agreement with Visit Kenner Incorporated for services related to increasing tourism in the City of Kenner, and in consideration of these services to provide payment in the form of the monthly net proceeds of the hotel occupancy tax in the city of Kenner as authorized by LSARS 47:388.203 after deductions of reasonable expenses and related matters. Item 16H is an ordinance amending ordinance 11,304, adopted July 6, 2017, to allow Stone Interiors New Orleans to update their Phase 2 plans by increasing the size of the Phase 2 warehouse from 15,018 to 19,013 square feet, to relocate some required landscaping and parking to accommodate the site changes due to the relocation of a sewer line, to construct an approximately 1,100 square foot concrete pad to the rear of the Phase 2 building, to relocate the required retention pond at the rear of the property from middle to the west side of the lot, and to add a monument sign, all in accordance with site elevation and landscape plans by Caserta Architects dated October 22nd, 2024, which property is located on Lot L1, Oakland Plantation Subdivision, Kenner, Jefferson Parish, Louisiana, and which property is owned by T.J. Konjovic, LLC. Item 16I is an ordinance granting a franchise agreement with Entergy Louisiana, LLC, to provide electrical services throughout the city of Kenner. Item 16J is an ordinance approving the sale of a portion of Lot 17C, Square 40, Old Kenner Subdivision, Kenner, Jefferson Parish, Louisiana, bearing the municipal address of 409 Williams Boulevard. Item 17 is reports from the council and/or special committees.
Councilman Wilmot?
Thank you, Council President. I would like to read a concern that I received from Tony Leege, who's a resident of the city of Kenner and former state representative for District 79. Due to a scheduling issue, however, he couldn't be here, so he contacted me and he asked me if I would read to the public what he sent me. And it's regarding vintage pedestrian bike path. And he says, I would like to commend the City of Kenner and Jefferson Parish governments for working together to develop the pedestrian bike path along the Vintage Canal. It has been a beautiful, well-used quality of life asset. I do have a concern about motor vehicles such as golf carts and motorcycles on it, even though it is posted with numerous no motor vehicle signs. Such activities create a danger to walkers, many of whom are elderly, and those who are walking pets and are small children. Some of whom may be riding on tricycles, as well as people in wheelchairs who utilize the path. I have witnessed golf carts rolling at high speeds and a kid riding a motorcycle on 2 occasions at probably 25 miles per hour. I don't expect Kenner PD or Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office to be engaged as the path police because I know how busy they are. I just bring this to your attention out of the concern that this beautiful asset to our neighborhood will someday be the scene of a tragic incident caused by people who ignore the clear restriction relative to operating motorized vehicles on the path. And he goes on to say he thanks me, Councilman Wilmot, for recognizing the issue. And I believe that Councilman Lahat and myself, as well as the chief, I think we're going to be working on some legislation in the very near future to pinpoint correcting any corrections that need be. However, I understand that there are laws on the books that the KPD can enforce. And if anybody has problems with the path, with golf carts riding on it or motorcycles, et cetera, please contact the Kenner Police Department so they can address it. Thank you.
Councilman Lahat?
Yeah, actually, Councilman Wilmot on the same page on this. The paths, it's becoming very popular to use. The paths are designated for running bikes. There's been a bunch of kids around Driftwood for the last 2 years that have these low-speed race things that are really dangerous, and they whip around curbs and they go on the path, and they are very dangerous. They go about 5 miles an hour. I knew one of the kids' moms. I actually called the mom, told them to stop doing it, and they did. And then the residents too, we passed a golf cart ordinance about 5 months ago. We can ride the carts on the street, so they should not be riding on the paths. So yeah, I'm aware of Tony Lege's complaints on that too, and we are going to be working with Keith Conley and the police department on that. Thanks, Tom. I also wanted to thank the General Services Department for Rivertown. It's beautiful. And then the lights on Williams. Y'all do a fantastic job. I thought the lighting ceremony Sunday was gorgeous, and it was extremely well attended, crowded. The Elvis guy, Brandon Bennett, I think his name was, outstanding. Elvis, yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. I just planned on doing that.
I too want to thank General Services. I think that Rivertown is just off the chain. Hats off to you, Mark and Heidi, in General Services, those that work with that department. It has never looked so beautiful. We're getting calls. Something that we rarely get is calls saying how beautiful it is. And when I found out, there were people that came from afar to be a part of that event, and they also taking advantage of walking through the park. So thank you all so much. It's just awesome. Councilman McKinley, Councilwoman.
Yes, thank you, Councilman Dunn. I just want to echo what they were saying about the Christmas Village. I think it's, every year it gets better, and I just can't wait to see what Mr. Glorioso is going to do next year. I'm sure he's planning it in his head already. But I just think, one of the main things I wanted to point out is that it's actually the second, I heard that it's the second most recognized or rated Christmas area display in the area. So I encourage everyone to come out. It's the first is you have to pay to get in, and this one you don't have to pay anything. So to me, this would be the first because it's free. So come out, enjoy the beautiful winter wonderland.
And I hope that you all did read the article on Rivertown by Lori Nicholson. I thought it was really great to get so much recognition. This administration is really putting Kenner on the map. And a lot of times you hear a lot of negativity, but I'm telling you, lately it has been very, very positive. Hats off to the administration, and thank you all for all that you do. Councilman Brannigan.
I would vote for a few more purple and gold lights.
That's it.
Next we have is new business. We have none. Item 19 is unfinished business and motions to reconsider or remove from a tabled position. We have none. Item 20 is persons wishing to address the council on special subject matters.
Madam Clerk, we have none, and with
No,
that,
give me a second.
we
I
do
think
have one.
I think I messed up. When I thanked Senators Miller and Rep. Stagney, it was for 15D, not 15C. So I jumped it. But I'd like to acknowledge Chief Conley for working with this firm in the past, and so far, he's got $2 million in the bank from capital outlay from this lobbying firm and their work, and the next legislative session, I think he's earmarked to get $2 more million. So the $120,000 annual is pretty much already paid for itself quickly. So that's it, just wanted to make sure I didn't leave it incorrectly when I was speaking.
Okay, Councilman Wilmot.
And I just like to add on to that, Mayor. I understand that our lobbyist actually works with the state level and as well, he works at the federal level as well. So, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Meeting adjourned. Less than 30 minutes? Less than 30 minutes?
Wow.
Yeah.